Here's how our show works. Our performers get 4 minutes to tell their best story. Our audience rates each of them on the quality of their stories and on how well they're told. The winning performer receives a $2,500 cash prize. Let's meet our next performer, Dr. Mike Lockett. Who is Anansi the spider, and what is his relationship to other tricksters?
Oh, Anansi the spider, sometimes called the Spider-Man, sometimes just called Anansi, and sometimes called Ceiling Thomas because he hovers around the ceiling eating all the insects. He owns the stories, you know. He tells all of the stories for all of the people, originally coming from Africa, and the version that I'm going to tell today is a Caribbean variation of Anansi and the snake.
Now, when you're learning stories from other cultures, what are some of the steps you take to honor the culture of origin?
I try to read the stories over and over, learn as much as I can. I try to insert some of the words and even once in a while some of the dialect. I have a great deal of fun trying to tell the stories as close in the original format as I can.
Anansi arrived on the island. "Where's the party, man? I brought my party hat." But he looked around, and instead of seeing people dressed in the bright island clothing, they were all dressed in dark. He smelled the air, trying to smell the jerked Jamaican chicken, but there were no foods cooking. He listened for the music, but couldn't hear the calypso or the steel drums. And he says, "Where's the party, man? I brought my party hat." And everybody says, "Shush, Anansi, the snake will hear you." "What you mean, the snake?" said Anansi. "There's a snake that's so large, he unhinges his jaws. If he hears you, he will eat you. If he smells you, he will eat you." "Then where is the snake? I will kill the snake." "No, man, you can't kill the snake. He's the favorite pet of the sky god. But if you can stop his evil ways, the sky god will give you a present." Anansi thought of the present and knew it must be a fine one. He took off his hat and filled it with 2 eggs and 2 apples and 2 loaves of bread, and wrapped a rope around his waist, and took a bottle of wine and put it in the top of the hat. Then he walked around the island and says, "Where is this beautiful snake?" "Ooh," and the snake opened one eye. "My dinner is coming to me." "Where is this handsome snake, the longest snake in the world?" And the snake opened the other eye and says, "My dinner is intelligent." "He can't be small like the other people say." "Who says I'm small?" said the snake. And the snake came out of hiding and says, "Come closer and tell me what you want. And I'm getting hungry, make it quickly." Anansi says, "I want to prove you are the longest snake in the world. Can I come close to measure you?" And he took the apples and he rolled them across the ground. And the snake sensed the vibration. Ah! He ate the apples. Anansi tossed the eggs in the air, and the snake could feel the breeze. Ah! He took the eggs and took them both and ate them. Anansi held out the warm loaves of bread, and the snake thought they were the arms of a man. Ah! He ate them both. And then Anansi uncorked the bottle of wine and rolled it across the ground. And the snake scooped it up and ate and drank the wine. And now he wasn't thinking too clearly, man, if you know what I mean. Anansi starts to unwrap the rope, and he says, "If you stretch down on the log next to me, lay out there, I'll tie your tail to the log, and you can stretch your longest to show everybody you are the longest snake in the world." And Anansi began to tie the snake's tail. He says, "Can you stretch farther?" "Oh, I can, but I'm getting hungry," said the snake. "You better hurry." And Anansi kept tying the snake until finally he got close to the snake's head. And he says, "Can you stretch out one more time, and I will tie your head to the log and show the world you are the longest snake in the world." "Then hurry," said the snake, "for I'm working up an appetite." And Anansi tied the snake's head. And he says, "Can you move now?" "Of course not," said the snake. "Then it's party time." Anansi called the people. They dressed in their bright clothing. They cooked the jerked Jamaican chicken. They played the steel drum and the music. They pushed the snake into the Caribbean Sea, and he floated across until he landed in South America, where he's still there today somewhere. But we know, man, Anansi was given the gift of presents by the sky god, an entire box of presents. But we also know Somewhere on the island, someone done been killing another snake. And we know because the sky god done been sending the hurricane, and it blew the stories all across the world. And that's why you have so many tellers telling them today. Thank you for listening.
Gotta love that energy. I mean, a good storyteller draws you in, keeps you wanting more, and where is he going next? And he did that all along the way.
And I've been a fan of Anansi the Spider Tail since I was a little girl, so really wonderful to see. Just an outstanding performance.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our next performer.
If you have a good story and can tell it in less than 4 minutes, send it to this address or go to tellmeastory.tv for details.